So all of us want to grow our influence here on YouTube, but how do you do that if you're starting from scratch with 0 subscribers?
In this video, we're gonna be sharing 7 tips on how to do that, and one of the biggest reasons why most channels aren't growing coming up.
This video is brought to you by LearnVideo.live, a 1-hour online masterclass on how to grow a highly influential and profitable YouTube channel this year. On this free training, you'll learn the proven strategies and current best practices for growing your subscribers and creating passive income with YouTube. To register for free, just go to LearnVideo.live. Hey, what's up? Sean here.
Benji here.
And this is Video Influencers, help you build your influence, income, and impact with online video.
On this channel, we have weekly tips videos as well as interviews with some of the top influencers on this platform. So if you're new here, consider subscribing.
So we asked what your biggest challenges were with YouTube, and Mike's question was asking for tips for starting from 0. So let's jump into it.
Tip number 1, just get started. It's so important not to wait for all the answers. We're flattered that you're watching this video, but you need to upload your own videos so you can have something for people to subscribe to. And secondly, you need to learn what it takes to make compelling content that will get people to want to be going to your channel.
Totally. And always remember that your first videos are gonna be your worst videos. You know, I remember the first video on Benjiman TV.
Hi everybody.
Hi guys.
It's me, Benji.
Or the first video on Sean Thinks.
All right, so this is, I guess, the first Sean Thinks vlog.
And while those videos weren't that great, we think they're awesome because they were part of our journey to learning YouTube. So just get started and get your first video uploaded as soon as possible.
Tip number 2, tell people about your channel. You know, your friends, family, those are gonna be your best supporters when you're just starting out, and you need to share it with them that you're starting a YouTube channel. You know, oftentimes people have at least a couple hundred friends on their Facebook page, which would be perfect people to be your first subscribers when you're just starting out.
Absolutely. And your goal here is not to spam anybody, and not all of your friends or family are even gonna care, but think about starting with your network. And also think about putting links to your YouTube videos in your Instagram bio, posting on social media. You need to let the world know that you're posting YouTube videos. Do this a lot, do this everywhere, talk about it all the time. Put some passion around your vision for YouTube and tell some people.
Another example of this is going to clubs, events, even places that you go to shop. For example, I'm really into food, and when I first started my food channel, the supermarket that I went to, I would tell the clerk about my channel because I was vlogging it, and they're like, oh, that's so interesting, let me go check it out. So oftentimes, people physically in front of you, in the places where your content makes sense, could be your first subscribers.
Tip number 3 when you're starting from scratch is really understanding that having a focused niche is a lot more powerful than having a general channel. The reality is, if you try and reach everybody, you're gonna end up reaching nobody. And so you really want to define who is your target audience. You know, what are they interested in? If you have a gardening channel, then it's people interested in learning gardening. But people who are not interested in gardening won't care, but that's good. Start small in order to get big, and really take some time. Maybe even pull out a piece of paper or a phone and write down an answer to this question. Why would people be interested in the content? Like, what value will it have to a specific audience? The second thing you want to define is, what is your value proposition to that audience? Now, if you have a cooking channel, you want to deliver valuable cooking tutorials to that audience, right? So what is your value proposition?
You know, so many of you are trying to emulate some of these more famous YouTubers, these creators who have been around that have millions of subscribers, not understanding that it is hard to be them right away. You want to focus on a niche type of content that's very specific, because it's going to be the easiest for people to find you as a new channel because they're interested in that same type of content. And that's where you're going to have the best success, the quickest success to gaining subscribers.
And you know, I think this is a great example of this. There's a recent article in Bloomberg that was actually describing the struggle of smaller creators trying to make it on this platform. And it talked about a vlogger named Asher who decided that he was gonna vlog every single day about his life at college and vlog his, opinions, his day-to-day life, what he's eating. And we can actually look at the numbers. After 180 uploads, Asher has 174 subscribers and 10,000 views. So he's grinding, but it's not really growing that fast because it's general. It's trying to reach everybody and it's just kind of a vlog. You're trying to get people interested in your life. I'm not that interested. I can't watch 1,000 people's different lives personally. But let's look at Renee, who's actually somebody who's been a part of the video influencers community. He started a focused channel on cooking, and not just cooking, on Whole30 recipes. So the power of having multiple niches, in fact, we have a video talking about double niching. We'll link that up on the YouTube card and put it in the description below. When you really get specific, that's where your power is. So Renee actually only uploaded 9 videos. He's been busy, so he hasn't uploaded in like 6 months or almost a year, yet he had 9 videos, 323 subscribers and 22,000 views. And guess what? His channel keeps growing because people keep finding his videos and keep seeing his content because of focus.
Tip number 4, engage. This is so important to do and remember to do because it's not necessarily about the video that you upload. This is something you do after you upload your video or maybe before or during. Go to other people's videos, comment, go on social media, find the people that are interested in your type of content and vibe with them. Comment back, reply back, answer questions. Don't like just straight up ask for the subscribership. Add value some way. One of the important things about YouTube in the early days was it was a small community and people were supporting each other, and that's how people grew so quickly. Because you're supporting other people, they might want to support you. If you do it enough times, people are going to be like, oh, I wonder what this person's all about. Especially if you have a dope avatar, your name is compelling, they're going to your channel, and if you got videos uploaded that are interesting, specific, they're more than likely to subscribe or at least watch your videos.
And we kind of like to call this hand-to-hand combat on social media. This is one-to-one. And what we are not recommending is don't go on people's channels and say sub for sub. Don't go on people's channels and just blatantly self-promote your channel. What you want to do is go on channels and add valuable content and valuable tips to the current conversation. That's also why it's powerful if you have a niche. If you've got a focused cooking channel, you can go onto other cooking channels, share tips, share your favorite spices, share your favorite perspective on how you like to cook things. Not in a spammy or pushy way, but if it's valuable, that comment will get thumbs up and you actually get discovered based on the algorithm of the comments on YouTube. The same is true. Search Twitter hashtags. Get into conversations with people. Go to the hashtags around the events of your niche. If you're in cryptocurrency, go into the cryptocurrency communities and engage with people. If you're in tech like me, I talk about the latest cameras on forums, on Twitter, on hashtags, and then people can check out my profile and see like, oh, this guy reviews tech as well. He reviews cameras. So spend some time doing this, and we mean put in the work. Don't just spend 5 minutes a day. Early on, the people who break through, they take every spare second, and they do some at night, they do some in the morning, they do some at lunch. They put in the time to build their channels one subscriber at a time.
Tip number 5, focus on the YouTube fundamentals, which reminds me of a quote from Michael Jordan himself. Focus on the fundamentals and the level of everything you do will rise. Which is a great quote from one of the greats of NBA history that applies to every industry and definitely on YouTube. So ask yourself, are you doing the basic things? Are you focusing on a good title? Are you focusing on a good thumbnail? Are you tagging your videos? Oftentimes when people start, they discount things like tags and they're not properly letting YouTube know what's inside of their content. So you've got to do this. I can tell you this, every YouTube success story starts with basics.
Absolutely. And if you didn't know about some resources available for this, there is a lot to learn, but even YouTube has put together the Creator Academy or the Creator Playbook, and we'll put links to those in the description below. Study the basics, study the fundamentals, and don't just study them, work on mastering them. You know, we are empathetic because when you're trying to grow your YouTube channel, you're trying to learn graphic design, you're trying to learn how to do camera work, you're trying to learn branding, you're trying to learn how to be on camera. There is a lot to learn, so put in the time, practice, and work the fundamentals.
Tip number 6, content. You know, we're talking about the fundamentals, we're talking about other things you should be focused on, and don't forget about your content. You know, one of the first things I can tell you about that when it comes to getting subscribers is add value to someone's life. Is your video making someone laugh? Is it answering a question? Is it solving a problem? What is it actually doing for someone's life? If you can answer that and make that happen in your content, you're on the right track.
Absolutely. We've all probably heard the phrase, content is king. And so at the end of the day, success on YouTube comes down to consistent, strategic, quality content. And one of our biggest tips is before you press record, do some research and some preparation. Spend some time going to the YouTube search bar looking for video ideas. You type in a couple words, it starts predicting some, searches. That gives you some ideas for your videos and for your titles. Spend some time even asking questions on Twitter or in the community, looking for hot topics that are trending in culture. And then plan your videos. That will improve the strength of your content.
Lastly, we can't emphasize enough about consistency. So important to commit long-term to be consistent. We suggest at least one video a week, long-term, because you're gonna learn so much from those uploads. Realize as time goes on and you observe the results, you're gonna learn the strategies that work. You're gonna learn the tactics that really get people interested in your videos, their attention on your content, and ultimately subscribing.
Tip number 7 for when you're starting from scratch is focus on creating searchable videos. YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. And so if someone types in something they're interested in, they're trying to learn about makeup or cooking or interior decorating or gaming, whatever it is, you want your videos to show up in those top search results. We call this ranking videos. And when you do that, it really can help your channel grow when there's hardly people watching or when you haven't got discovered yet. And actually, if you want to learn more about that, we have a free masterclass that we did. You can go to learnvideo.live or we'll link it up on the YouTube card or in the description below. That goes a lot deeper into that topic.
And we know the struggle is real, and you guys might be hitting some roadblocks, some challenges, and be asking yourself, why aren't people watching my videos and subscribing to my channel? Well, one of the biggest reasons why they're not is because you're not following these best practices, right? Your content isn't interesting. It's not compelling enough. It's not actually doing something for somebody's life. Ask yourself this, what channels do you watch? Why do you watch their videos? Why do you subscribe to somebody? Those are things you have to ask yourself of your own content, because if you don't, you might be posting up hundreds of videos, not getting the subscribers and wondering why not. So it's not just about that content and adding value, but are you doing all these 7 things that we're talking about in this video?
Absolutely. And at the end of the day, keep in mind, be patient. Great things take time and great things take work, a lot of work. We've posted hundreds, even thousands of videos online ourselves, and a lot of those weren't that great, right? Because there's a whole learning curve to this. Pace yourself, be patient, keep learning, and keep uploading, and you will grow.
Question of the day, what is one of your biggest challenges on YouTube, and what's some tips that you have for other influencers in this community? Put it in the comments down below.
So thanks for checking out this video. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. And if you want to check out that free YouTube masterclass with tips on ranking your videos and growing fast, click or tap the screen right there. For another video from Video Influencers, click or tap the screen right there.
As always, we're helping you build your influence, income, and impact with online videos. Talk to you later.